Welcome to this week's session with Putnam County District Library, the Guiding High on Lawn Grant. We are going to take a look at how to change your permanent search engine. So when you are looking and using any type of a web browser, be it like Google Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Edge, any of those, you have a search. It goes out and it searches on the web and it uses one of those specific search engines. We're going to look at how you can change those today. I'm going to demonstrate based upon several different ones depending on what you use. Before we do that, do keep in mind that this is a project supported in whole or in part by the Federal Institute of the Museum and Library Services Funds. It's granted through the State Library of Ohio, and the opinions expressed herein do not necessarily reflect the position or the policy of IMLS or the State Library of Ohio, and no official endorsement by either agency should be inferred. So we're going to start off with Google Chrome, and I have a couple screenshots here to show you as we get started. So when you're in Chrome, you are simply going to go down Chrome to Settings. And when you go down to Settings, you are then going to get a screen that looks like this. Under Settings, you are going to go to the one that says Search Engines. And from Search Engine, I'm going to pull this across here. What you will see is currently I have this set so that it is going to Google as my search engine that I always use. I could change this by simply clicking on Change. Now notice I have these other options to set and use. So it could be Microsoft, Bing, Yahoo, DuckDuckGo, and the Yandex. So all I would simply do is click on one of these, change my radio button, and set it as the default. So that's how I would go about doing this when it comes to using Chrome. Now I want to show you how to drag this back across, and we're going to show you how. Let's look at Firefox. When I open up Firefox, I will have Firefox here pull across, and one thing that I will get often with Firefox, if I don't turn this off, is it does always want to prompt me saying that it's not set as my default browser. If I choose and I click on this button here and check mark this, it's not always going to ask me that. So I could just simply click this and that's never going to appear again. Or I can just, if I choose to have it as my default, I could simply click here on default. I'm not going to do that now. I want to click on not now in case at some point you have done that. So to change this, I'm going to go under Firefox and I am going to go down to my preferences. And now notice when I am in preferences, notice right here, always check if Firefox is your default browser. Again, if I uncheck that, that's not going to happen anymore. And if I uncheck this and I click on Make Default, then Firefox becomes my default browser. So depending on what I want to use, whether it be Google Chrome, whether it be Firefox, and the other option of a browser that I am going to show you today is using Safari. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to click on Safari. I'm going to start and bring Safari up, and I get the same message here. Notice what happens is I have at the top here, I have the option, because I never went in and changed this, I have the option here where I can just simply click here, close this up, but I could also just click here and make Safari my default browser. Same concept. I'm going to go under Firefox, or I'm going to go under Safari here. I'm going to go to Settings, and one more time here, what you're going to see is here it says Search Engine. So my default is Google. If I choose, I can make that change here and make one of these others as my default here as my search engine. So that is how you could change your search engine for Safari, how you could change your search engine for Firefox, and how you can go about changing your default search engine for Google Chrome. Hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving, an enjoyable week, and we will see you next week. Again, just change this over here to my screenshot about the fact that we are supported in part by the Museum and the Library Services and the State Library of Ohio. Have a fantastic week.